So, does imposter syndrome go away when you're successful? People often assume that success is supposed to cure imposter syndrome. They think that once they finally get the thing they want, that, the book deal, the promotion, the award, the bigger audience, the sold out workshop, the viral videos, the bestseller tag, the big author signing, grief, that's a lot. Anyway, they believe that suddenly they'll wake up one morning and finally feel confident. But that's a big no right there. Like there will be some magical moment where all the doubt disappears and you finally relax and think, okay, now I've made it. Now I'm good enough. I wish. For most creators, myself included, that moment never really comes. Success doesn't remove self-doubt. It just changes the shape of it. When you're first starting out, the questions usually sound something like, can I really do this? Am I talented enough? Will anybody care? What if nobody reads my book? What if I embarrass myself? And then when things actually start going well, the questions change. Instead of asking whether anyone will notice you, you start worrying about whether you can keep it going. What if I can't do it again? What if this was just luck, a one-hit wonder? What if my next book fails? What if people expect more from me now and I disappoint them? There are so many eyes on me wanting me to fail. That is one of the strange things about growth. Every new level often comes with a new level of pressure. When nobody knows who you are, you worry about getting attention. And then when you finally get that attention, you worry about losing it. And then the attention itself becomes a source of stress. When you have not published a book yet, you dream about finally getting published. And then you do. And suddenly you start worrying about reviews, sales, rankings, reader expectations, deadlines, whether your next book will be as good, and whether people will still care in like 6 months from now. Success gives you new opportunities, but it also comes with new things to lose, and that can be incredibly uncomfortable. I've experienced this myself many times over the years. Success leads to more success, and the new challenges keep coming, and they get bigger and more important. Funnily enough, as you become more visible and successful, people start commenting about how you do your work and how you're supposed to do it, and as if they're more accomplished and experienced than you are. I just say it's normally the people who are the loudest who have like the worst advice. But yeah, every new stage just brought new questions. When the company was small, I worried about surviving. Then when it started growing, I was worried about making the wrong decisions and letting people down. When we signed bigger authors, would I disappoint them? When we started winning awards and getting even more attention, I worried about living up to those expectations. But these all do count as experience, and you learn a lot from that. You learn not to panic and how to just ground yourself and focus. Imposter syndrome will make you doubt, but doubt does not necessarily mean that something is wrong. In fact, sometimes doubt shows up because you care, because you want to do a good job, because you understand the stakes are higher now, because you know more than you used to know. Sometimes the people who feel the most doubt are actually the people who care deeply about getting it right. That's a relief. Because when success does not magically fix your imposter syndrome, it becomes very easy to think that something must be wrong with you. You start thinking, I should be more confident by now. I should feel more successful. I should know exactly what to do and what I'm doing at all times. But creative careers don't really work like that. There's always another challenge, another level, another project, another fear, another opportunity that pushes you into unfamiliar territory again. And every time you grow, part of you becomes a beginner again. A bigger audience means learning how to speak to more people. A bigger company means learning how to manage more responsibility. A better opportunity means learning how to operate at a higher level. Yes, growth is exciting, but growth is also uncomfortable. And often the discomfort does not mean you are failing, it just means you are stretching. Yeah, I think one of the most useful things you can learn as a creator is that confidence is not something that you arrive at once and keep forever. It comes and goes. Some days you feel strong and capable and excited. Other days you question everything, or you just feel like a complete idiot. That happens to almost everyone, no matter how experienced they are. The goal is not to reach some magical point where you never doubt yourself again. The goal is to stop treating doubt as proof that you are not good enough. Because the truth is, you can feel uncertain and still do good work. You can feel afraid and still move forward. You can question yourself and still make the right decision. And often the people you admire most are not the people who never feel doubt. They are the people who learned how to keep going despite the doubt.